Mr. Chappell, there's a white binder up there. Do you see that? Yes. If you could turn to tab 688, and we'll play previously admitted government's exhibit 688. And if the jury could also please turn in their transcript binders. All right. Ms. Etienne? Mr. Chappell, what's being discussed in this call? Objection, Your Honor. This is cumulative. We've heard it from numerous witnesses. I'll let you ask one more time about this call, Ms. Spritzer. Thank you, Your Honor. What is the AA that's being referred to? It sounds like someone needs some money put on their books. What do you mean by money put on the books? I mean commissary. For someone who is incarcerated? Yes. How did you become the state treasurer? Actually, I was a Macon treasurer at the time, and I just was nominated to be the treasurer of the state. Who nominated you? The state treasurer. Who was that? At the time, RG. And did anyone else have to vouch for you to get the state position? Yes. Who had to vouch for you? Markel. And I guess they talked it over with everybody and gave it to me. What did you do as the state treasurer? Collected dues from every city and just pretty much took care of whoever needed assistance. Who would you collect the dues from? The treasurer from each city. What happened if a count was short on dues? I pretty much put them on hold, make up for the difference myself. How much were the dues for each count? $25. Is that per member or per count? Per count. And $25 a week? A month? A month. What does it mean to be put on hold? Just until they satisfy everyone by doing what they're supposed to do, by paying the money, be in good standing. But if you're not, then you're in bad standing and they place you on hold and you're not welcome to any events. Besides dues, was any other money paid to the state treasurer? No, ma'am. Excuse me, Miss Spritzer. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take our lunch break at this time. All right, Miss Spritzer. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Chappell, before we broke for lunch, we were talking about money that was paid to the state treasurer, and that was your position of authority for a period of time? Yes. What happened to proceeds from illegal activities? I'm not sure I collected any of those. Was a percentage supposed to go to the treasurer? It was hearsay, but it was never mandated or anything. And as the state treasurer, did you have to send money anywhere? Yes. Where did you have to send money to? To a couple of individuals that was incarcerated. Your Honor, I'm sorry. I'm having a really hard time understanding what he's saying. If he could speak into the microphone. Pull that microphone up closer to you. To a couple of individuals that was incarcerated. Was that part of aid and assistance? Yes. Did you also have to send money to the national treasurer? Yes. And who was the national treasurer at the time? Adrian Jackson. And his nickname one more time? Blackjack. Did you ever meet Adrian Jackson in person? Once. Ms. Etienne, could we please have Government's Exhibit 488? Mr. Chappell, who's that? Blackjack. And what money did you have to send to him each month? $200. What was that money for? To take care of, to aid and assist other people. Would that be considered sending money up top? Yes. And what is up top? Actually, you know what? Before we do that, if we could open your binder back up to 706. Ms. Etienne, could we please play what was previously admitted as Government's Exhibit 706? Objection, Your Honor. What does up top mean, Mr. Chappell? Short term for Chicago. And who was in Chicago of importance to the gangster disciples? Larry Hoover. And you mentioned earlier that as state treasurer, you sent money to incarcerated members. Do you remember any specific members that you sent money to? Yes. Who would that be? I sent money to the Godfather, OG, whoever I was told to send money to. And you mentioned OG. We played a call earlier about aid and assistance, correct? Yes. Was that money for OG? Correct. Did you know OG? No, I didn't. What do you know about him? It's just hearsay from... Is this from other members? Other members, correct. What did you hear from other members about OG? Objection, Your Honor. If this goes to opinion or reputation, it's not admissible. Overruled. You can answer. What did you know about OG from other members? Just saying he was a stand-up guy. You know, he was about the business type deal. Like, he didn't play, but I didn't know him personally. Did you know OG to be a member of the Gangster Disciples? Yes. What was his POA? That I didn't know. I didn't know him. Did you know him to be involved with the hate committee? Hearsay, yes. Had you heard from other Gangster Disciple members that he was involved with the hate committee? Yes. Did you know him to be the first C of anything? Objection, Your Honor. He just said he didn't have a POA. Overruled. Sorry. Did you know him to be the first C? No. Had you heard about an incident at the Yellow Store? Yes. What did you hear from other Gangster Disciple members about what happened there? Supposedly, it was a video shoot and some blood members. It was a big shootout. Someone got shot. Do you know who did the shooting? No, I don't. Had you been told by other Gangster Disciple members why you needed to support OG with aid and assistance? It was just that he was incarcerated and we had to take care of him. Did you learn from other members why he was incarcerated? Yes. Why was that? They say something about he supposedly had someone shot, but was that at the Yellow Store? Yes. I'm not sure if it was the Yellow Store or not, but that's what was said. Why would the organization support someone who had shot another person? I can't say. I mean, it's just aid and assistance, helping a fellow brother. How did you send money to OG? Either money or contact his girlfriend. Did you ever meet up with his girlfriend to give her money? Yes. And how would you collect dues? I think we talked about this earlier. Did you use green dots? I did. I tried green dots at one time. I did MoneyGram, Western Union. I even tried doing it through postal service, like through a holiday card monthly. And if you could turn in your book to Government's Exhibit 695, please. Ms. Etienne, could we please play 695? Mr. Chappell, do you recognize the voices in that phone call? Yes, ma'am. Who are they? It's me and Blackjack. And you said Blackjack was the national treasurer. Is that right? Correct. What are you discussing in this phone call? Sending him the $200 monthly dues. And is that through green dots? Any means. I mean, it was either green dot, direct deposit, Western Union, MoneyGram. I'm going to hand you what has previously been marked as Government's Exhibit 507 and ask if you recognize this. Mr. Chappell, do you recognize what I handed to you? Yes, ma'am. What is that? It's Western Union receipts. And are those Western Union receipts for money that you collected? Yes, from each city. Your Honor, we move to admit Government's Exhibit 507 into evidence. Admitted without objection. I'm going to put it up here on the Elmo, please, Ms. Diggs. So if you see these columns here, are those the amounts that you collected? Correct. And were these dues that other members and counts were sending to you as the state treasurer? Correct. And are these the names of the people who sent them? Correct. Right here. What is the amount that says? $150. And who is that from? Virtuous Wall. So you collected that amount of money. Did you pick that up at a Western Union? Yes, ma'am. And was the Western Union in Decatur? Correct. And that would be the one on Columbia Drive? Correct. Your Honor, she's testifying. Overruled. Mr. Chappell, are these all names of other members who sent money as part of their dues? Correct. If you could turn to Government's Exhibit 693, please, in your transcript binder. Ms. Etienne, if we could play 693. Mr. Chappell, what would the job of a regent be? Control certain, a larger amount of cities, maybe 5, 6 cities. And in the phone call, the person speaking says, I just got off the phone with Gotti. Remind us of your nickname again. Gotti.